Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here today. We're delighted to be in Newcastle. We said a while ago that we were looking to bring some serious boxing back to the North East, and I think we kept our promise and delivered a fight that last time round I thought was magnificent. It was turned into be the fight of the year, and as you know, it's the second one round, and we called it No Ifs and Buts for the obvious reasons. So there'll be no ifs and buts on the 11th of November. This is going to be about the winner of this fight fighting Miguel Cotto for the title.
We saw Miguel Cotto fight last weekend and still looking pretty decent as well. He's talking about wanting to have one more fight before he retires and talking about wanting it in December.
Well, obviously we couldn't do that because the guys are fighting in November, and we've had to push the fight back a little bit for obvious reasons. So we're into the date of the 11th of November. But if Cotto wants to fight one more fight, wouldn't it be great to bring him over here and make the fight here? We'll see what happens. But the bottom line of this is the winner of this fight becomes that mandatory challenger. So it's everything to go for.
Nathan Gorman, this is from Nantwich in Cheshire, up against Nick Webb, vacant English heavyweight title. And I know you're never short of a few words, Nathan. Give us your thoughts on that one.
You know, between me and Nick Webb, it's going to be a good fight. He's 11-0, 9 knockouts. I'm 10-0 myself, 8 knockouts. He's a big man. At the end of the day, where heavyweight can't punch, he can't blink in this fight. But I've been training already for 4 weeks. I got 10 weeks ago because the date's been moved, isn't it, to the 11th?
The 11th, yeah.
The 11th now, so we've got just under 10 weeks to go. I'm training harder than ever, to be fair. You know, going through with Rick in the gym. We've got a game plan. I just can't wait to get on the big platform. I've got my chance now. I signed over with Frank July. I've got my chance now to prove what I can do on the big stage. So that's what I'm looking for. It's a great opportunity, and thank you, Frank. Anyways,
Nathan, he's not here, so you can tell us it pretty much straight. What's it like working with Ricky?
Unreal. The first day I met him, you know, obviously I was starstruck because Ricky, growing up, he was one of my childhood heroes, as much as virtually I can imagine every boxer in Britain. When I first met him, I was starstruck, you know, shook his hand, and then when the pads with him, I was took back by it. But working with him now every day, you know, he's a genuine man. He's one of the lads. I class him as a friend, to be fair. And he's been got every single T-shirt, and he's fought the world's best. So to get the knowledge off him is second to none.
Were you surprised how well he boxed in that fight?
No, I knew he was a good fighter. I sparred him. I knew he was a good fighter. Well, I wasn't surprised at all. I tried to say it beforehand. He was a good fighter from his side, but again, I think you didn't have to be a good fighter to be beating me in first 6 rounds in that fight. You know, I was slow, I was flat, and you know, obviously, I know Gary Lockett's not stupid. I know he's been a boxer all his life. I can never be that bad a start ever again. You know, the weight killed me. What I done to try and make the weight in the fight week cancelled away everything I'd done beforehand, and you know, I was flat, I was slow. It was nothing to do with having a slow start by game plan. It was I couldn't be any sharper. I was flat and sluggish.
You would obviously say you turned the fight in your favour fairly. Some people, maybe Liam, would say that he got head-butted deliberately. What was your take on it?
Yeah, you know, I think he was obviously down in the fight. He needed to do something. I'm not saying, you know, he thought I ran the head in and cut him open and win that way, but it was frustration, and you know, I do believe it was intentional. Yeah.
Liam?
The fight was changing before round 9. He threw his head in numerous times because I didn't get cut off it. I cut him when I do it, so the whole blame comes my side. Regardless, you go in the ring, you get wet. How many head clashes have you seen cuts caused by? How many? Hundreds. The minute you got cut, you knew the chip was down. You spewed it, you jibbed it. If you never, Gary did, and one of you made a mistake because you'd have been world champion sitting here right now. If you're saying what was to do, you could have pissed the 9 minutes, which everyone knew you couldn't have. If you could have pissed them 9 minutes, you'd have been world champion. No?
No way. Idiot,
so you go back to round 9, you think you had another 3 rounds in you?
Yeah.
Not a chance. 100%. So why did you spew it?
Because I couldn't see a fucking thing.
You spewed it because you knew you'd had your moment and you were gone.
Yeah. So what will be different this time? You get out there into the fight, you've heard what he thinks happened last time, you've got your own thoughts about it. What happens this time?
You know, this time we're both going to be better again. I honestly believe, you know, Liam did have a slow start, and this time he's going to come out a lot better, but I'm going to be more prepared as well, and, you know, it's going to be another cracking fight, and it's going to decide, you know, it's going to put all this to bed. And
it's a case of repeat or revenge, isn't it? You know,
yeah,
I mean, if you lose again, if you unfolded in the latter rounds, would you feel...
If I lose in a fair manner, I'll hold my hands up and, you know, I'll accept defeat, and I'll come back like a man and take it on the chin.
Liam, what do you want to get out there and prove and show?
Yeah, Frank will tell you, openly tell you, I was on for this rematch, and that's why we're here now. I was straight on to it. I cannot be no worse in that fight. Liam started well. I never once not said he didn't. He boxed well. He's not a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He's always going to start well. The rematch will be along the same lines from Liam's part, but I can't be no worse. So as soon as I start better, Liam's in more of a fight early on, and he's not getting his own way, then it's only going to go one way, and he'll crumble earlier than he did last time.
I think it's fair to say there's a little bit of edge, isn't there, Frank?
Yeah, only a slight bit. I think we're going to be in for something special on tonight. They are two great fighters, two great British fighters, and as I say, they've got a lot to go for. Besides the fact that they want to, win the WBO title, someone wants to be champion. The most important thing is their pride is at stake.